Bananas do not grow on tree. The banana tree is actually a giant herb that looks like a tree. Between two identical explosions, it is not safe to stand in between them, thinking the shock waves will cancel each other out. Rather, the pressure in the middle doubles up. Touching a baby bird does not make the mother abandon it because now it smells like human. Normal birds do not have a good sense of smell. Jihad does not mean holy war, it means struggle. Struggling against one's own will to commit evil is also jihad. Alpha wolves are not real. A typical wolf pack is just a family, led by the breeding pair. Contrary to popular belief, brutal fight over dominance is rare, and the pack's higher-ups are compassionate to their young ones. Black holes aren't a hole. Rather, they are infinitely dense objects that are covered by a black region. It is black because light that enters this region never leaves. Moon does not have a dark side. All sides of moon gets their fair share of sunlight. When we see the moon as half, the half of the other side of the moon is getting sunlight. Ostriches do not bury their head in response to danger. They flop to the ground, laying down their head and try to blend with the terrain. Bats are not blind. It is true that they rely on sound to navigate, but they can also see with their eyes. Albert Einstein did not fail in math. Rather, he failed the language and history section in an entrance exam. Satan does not rule hell. It is not mentioned anywhere in the Bible. According to Quran, he will be an inmate of hellfire along with whoever followed him. Lightning can indeed strike the same place twice, whether in the same storm or storm years apart. The second bolt has no reason to shy away from the striking place of the first one. Deserts doesn't necessarily have to be hot. Lands that doesn't have rainfall are called desert. The largest desert on Earth is Antarctica, and that is definitely not hot. Eating ice cream does not make your cold go worse. The cold temperature has nothing to do with the illness named cold. Cold happens because of germs, not low temperature. Ice cream won't make your cold any better, but won't make it worse either. Bags of water hung from the ceiling does not repel flies. It was proven by an experiment. A person's tongue can stick to a freezing metal pole. This myth is indeed true. Goldfish does not forget after 3 seconds. They may remember for weeks and even months. Definitely more than most politicians. Glass is not a liquid nor a solid, it is somewhere in between. Glass of medieval cathedral are not thick at the bottom because it flowed. It would take 10 million years for a glass to be 5% thicker at the base. Dropping a penny even from space will not be lethal. Because of air resistance, the terminal velocity of a penny on Earth is not high enough to be lethal, which may hurt but won't kill. The term third world country was at first used to address countries that did not ally with NATO nor Soviet Union. But now it is used to describe countries with poverty. Iron Maiden were not real torture devices. There is no evidence of it being used. Water does not conduct electricity. The ions coming from minerals dissolved in the water conducts electricity. Pure distilled water is a great insulator. Mice are not specially attracted to cheese. House mice are attracted to anything that is edible. There is no proof of Vikings wearing horned helmets. They might have used usual helmet but not with horns. Dogs do not sweat through salivating, they sweat through their paws. They pant with their tongue out to regulate body temperature. Chameleons don't always change their color depending on their surroundings. Rather, mostly they change color to communicate. Earth is not round. It's a deformed ellipsoid. In the United States, you don't have to wait 24 hours to report a missing person. Cutting an usual worm doesn't produce 2 worms, but cutting a hammerhead worm does indeed produce 2 separate worms. Area around the fireplace is actually colder than rest of the room. This myth is actually true and proven. Microwaving food does not kill nutrients. It is the heat that reduces the nutritions. Cooking on stove kills nutrients too. Microwave is not special. The sun is not yellow, it is white. Blue light gets scattered through atmosphere, which is why sky is blue. Sharks cannot smell a drop of blood from miles away. They can at best smell from some football fields away. Shaving hair does not make hair grow thicker. It only changes the thickness of the tip. Touching a frog doesn't give you warts. Earth is not the only planet with water. Mars has water in form of ice. Recent NASA mission confirmed water on Moon. Humans do not only use 10% of their brain. We use every bit of it. X-ray can indeed give you cancer, but the chances are extremely low. Eating garlic doesn't keep mosquitoes away. It depends on skin surface area. Cats and dogs are not completely colorblind. They do not see red, but they can see blue, violet, and yellow. Chewing gums doesn't take 7 years to digest. It can just get out of the body without being digested. Great Wall of China cannot be seen from outer space, let alone from the moon. However, it can be seen from low Earth orbit with special lenses. Space is not a perfect vacuum. Even in intergalactic space, 1 atom can be found in each cubic meter of space. Doors of most planes are not locked. If anyone wants to open, they can. The trail of comet doesn't show the comet's path. The trail is made of small particles and gets pushed away by sunlight, hence forming a curved trail. Reading in dark won't damage your eyes permanently, but it may be uncomfortable. Planes fly high to increase engine efficiency, hence saving fuel and money. Earth is not closer to the sun in summer. Winter and summer occurs because of tilt of the Earth. You cannot hear explosion in space. There is not enough molecules to transfer the sound wave. Black holes do not suck. They pull just as our sun, it's just that they have a stronger gravity. Orbiting a black hole is completely possible. Botanically speaking, tomatoes are fruits. Light is affected by gravity. Since you have mass, your body bends light too. Saturn is not the only ringed planet. Uranus, Neptune, and even Jupiter have their own ring. Putting your laptop on your lap will not cause infertility. Brown eggs are not more nutritious than white eggs. The color has nothing to do with nutritions. Hair and fingernails do not keep growing after death. It looks like it because the skin retracts over time due to dehydration. Cracking knuckles is not harmful. You do not swallow 8 spiders a year while sleeping. It is theoretically possible, but highly unlikely.